Yo, it's the deal, y'all. It's your man Nick Cannon, a.k.a. Dressy Jackson, a.k.a. Mr. Pop-A-Lot, a.k.a. Yo Daddy's Daddy. We getting it in. This is the Bootleg Kev podcast. Let's go. It's incredible.
Bootleg Kev show. Big special guest in here. Big inspiration of mine. One of the hardest working guys in entertainment. He also has quite possibly the most impressive hit list of all time.
Here he go.
Nick, I hit it first, Cannon.
What's good, man? I'll take the intro. I'll take it. What's up, beloved?
Yes,
you good?
Sir.
Yeah.
I told you this because we had you call on the show. I was like, I'm just glad you ain't at Power 106 anymore because now we can have you on the show.
I know, man. But I was talking to Big about that. It was always love.
It was always love, but you know.
But like, that's old mentality. Like, first of all, everybody owns all of their content now.
I agree.
Everybody, like, so the people who like, move like dinosaurs and like, this is our gang and that's your gang.
Listen,
like,
I agree with you
we
fully.
we gotta let that shit go.
Listen, I totally agree with you. The problem is that there are people who are in charge.
But that's what I'm saying. We can't be maneuvering like well-paid servants. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no. There's like my thing is like, damn, like I fuck with like so many people at Power 106.
But that was like, first of all, I didn't work for Power 106.
Right.
I was partners with them. So
well, I heard, did they give you a restaurant or something like that? A little SLS deal or something?
We made some money. You
some
know
Wildin' Out cafes and some SLSs out there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we got to stop thinking like, especially I encourage anybody who wants to get in this space of media or entertainment, specifically podcast and radio, own your shit. Because when you do that, then if your boy got a podcast, I got a podcast, then we can get money together. Yep. But this mentality of like, this is my station, that's your station. That's
when you don't own the radio stations.
Yeah, like that's always like you gang banging on blocks you don't own.
Yeah, for sure. It's like you could wake up tomorrow and the company can be like, we're flipping.
Yeah, and then you got to go get a job over at the places.
And
that
then the radio station doesn't even exist anymore.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, but that's why I was always loved. Like, it was never like. But I mean, like you said, the powers that be. Some of them get still stuck in that old school mentality of like the competition is how we. You know, come on, man. We all can get numbers. We all can do our thing.
What is something you learned from? Because you've done radio a lot. I don't think people understand you were on Moving to New York.
Yeah.
You still have the syndicated show with
always
Skyview?
have my syndicated show, my syndicated countdown. I've been doing that for over a decade.
Right, you've been doing that for a long time. But then, like, you know, what did you learn from the Power 106 experience? Because it obviously there was ups, there was downs.
Yeah, I think again, like I always say, like you got to move like a boss at the end of the day, and even more so like a leader. I mean, like we know what that brand means to our community, to hip hop, and so
that's legendary radio station.
So that was the whole purpose for me even being over there, wanting to be like, look, I had a daily talk show at the same time. I had, you know, Masked Singer, Wildin' Out, so it was just another outlet for that. I felt like was a real probably like fixture in the community that I could really harness. And even at time, there was times where I was, you know, they asked me if I wanted to buy the station. Now, once we looked into it, there's no point in like, you know,
it's probably overpriced.
Yeah, you don't need to pay for dinosaurs. You know what I mean? When you can go create something of your own. And invest the same amount of money and you own it 100%, and you don't have to worry about, you know, satellite towers and all.
So they
that
offered you to buy it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What did you tell us how much it was?
I mean, it was
50, 40?
No, not that much.
Oh really?
Yeah,
it was less.
Yeah.
20?
Yeah, it's just somewhere around that area. So but to say all of that, it's like, you know, even the things like I've been able to, you know, I'm probably one of the few people in entertainment that was able to have deals that, you know, NBC and Universal and Fox and Viacom and all those places at the same time.
It is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm on every network.
Yeah, so give me your, okay, so when you're doing mornings and you have the TV show and you have Masked Singer and you have Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
And you have...
Don't forget my new #1 show, Celebrity Prank Wars with Kevin Hart. #1.
And you have... the biggest family
known to man. Me and NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, he just had number 11. He had number 11, I believe.
He might catch me because he started earlier than me. I ain't had no kids till I was 30.
So what do you do in terms of like just scheduling, making sure you don't go crazy, making sure you have time for the kids, making sure you have time for yourself?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine
I tell everybody it's like energy management, man. If you see me, I'm cool, calm, and collected. I know how to manage my energy probably better than most. I don't move off of emotion or other people's energy because people think it's time management, but time is a man-made construct that we all subscribe to. Like, you can get enough of that. You can get, but it's having the right team and knowing how to delegate your energy, because I've been in situations where I've overly stressed myself. I've been in situations where there was literally too much on my plate and people were just constantly pulling at me. But when you know how to manage your energy, I think that allows you to do more than the average human being.
So it's about, the key would be delegation?
A little bit of it. I mean, how to delegate though?
And then
because we got some people who delegate in a way that like it's stressful and it's toxic.
Right.
But like, you just gotta allow people. You know people's strengths. You know people's weaknesses. You know the ability to say, all right, I have this much to give, then I gotta go recharge.
Right. And also, so much of like everything you do, you have to be there.
Yeah. Fact.
So it's not like you're doing stuff you can do from the crib or you can like do on a laptop. No, you have to literally be in front of a camera.
Yeah, but like somebody asked me or tell me like, man, you don't have no free time. I was like, all my time is free time. It's perspective. It's how you look at it. Everything I do, I love it. So my vocation is my vacation. So it's a situation where like a lot of stuff I get paid to do, I would pay to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really the nature of what I talk about, managing your bandwidth, your spiritual bandwidth, and your energy. Because from that standpoint, we make time for the things we want. Right. And you know, as a father, you got to make that a #1 priority. But then everything else is really just a big ass hobby.
Wildin' Out. Is it season 20?
Yeah, we coming up on 20 right now.
It's crazy because I do feel like when we think of like the most successful TV shows ever, I think that like Wildin' Out has surpassed so many of the shows that we look back on and be like, this, like, I think sometimes it's almost like when LeBron's playing, we don't realize we're watching LeBron. Yeah. And I feel like one day when Wildin' Out's over,
they're going to appreciate
we're going to be like, damn, Wildin' Out was on for X amount of years and was heat. And there was all these moments with all these fucking legendary artists and like just so many just memorable moments.
And the fact that what's dope about it, because you bring up a good point of like what the definition of what a TV show is, we know because that's our generation. The kids today don't even understand it to be a TV show. They understand it's like a TikTok, Reels, YouTube viral sensation. Kids used to come up to me and be like, oh man, I love your show. It's my favorite show. Now kids come up to me and be like, man, I love your videos. Yeah. I love, you know, like I love the content. Like they literally say that. So it's like nobody watches the big shit on the wall anymore. It's like it's in their hands on the iPads, and we're probably more successful online than we were on television.
Well, the show's like very great for today's like environment.
Yeah.
Just the clips.
Yep, them smart. We know how to compartmentalize and break up those clips for, you know, all day long. And so one of the most, I think we're probably the biggest digital imprint in the whole entire Paramount network. That includes Comedy Central. That includes BET.
Is Wildin' Out?
Yeah, it's Wildin' Out. And we have more followers on YouTube, more followers on TikTok than anything else in the Paramount ecosystem. So maybe The Daily Show might be like close on one of those.
Can you give me some insight on like the beginning of Wildin' Out? Like the break, like like this is your baby, this is your you know, your idea. Like,
yeah, man, I was just really trying to fucking give my friends jobs. Like at the end of the day, like people didn't know who Kevin Hart and Affion Crockett, D. Ray Davis, Cat Williams,
you made
Mikey
a lot
Day.
of these guys, man.
They didn't know.
And I don't mean you made
them.
I don't want to say that was wrong, but you helped
shine.
You helped put them on a national stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And because actually they were all my colleagues and counterparts. They were the people that I came up with.
Were you doing a little stand up at a certain point in time?
That's where I started.
Because you started in San Diego doing stand up, right?
Yeah, I started doing stand. I mean, I started in that space. I started in music, obviously, when I was even younger, but stand-up is what put me on the map. Got me my first deal at Jamie Foxx's Lollapalooza in Atlanta, and then from there,
by the way,
Will Smith
prayers with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, always. I'm believing in 100% complete healing. That's my brother right there. We've been praying strong for.
I might need security. One of the best specials ever.
Yeah, first of all, he's the most talented man on the planet.
100%. Yeah, I say it's either him or Chris Brown.
Those are the 1 and 2.
Those are the 2.
Those are the 1 and 2.
There's
And
nobody else.
Because Chris hasn't
Nobody
been able
else.
to spread his wings the way Fox has in the
Well, I
acting
look at
space.
Chris as like, Chris is really good at basketball.
Yeah.
And he can paint a mural.
Yeah, facts. Like,
Like
this,
all the other shit aside.
but think about like Jamie is amazing
can
at
act,
football,
stand up, sing,
classical piano,
everything.
impressions.
No, between the two of them.
And both of them like the nicest human beings in the world. So it's like it's you want to go to either party at either one of those dudes' house.
So for Wildin' Out, you kind of come from the stand-up background. These are your friends. These are guys who you consider your peers. And for you, it was like, what? There's not an outlet.
Well,
for
I
this.
was doing movies and music and stuff at the time. So
Yeah,
all
Love
those
Don't Cost a Thing was already on. You were popping.
Yeah, and those cats was looking at me like, "Yo, man, spread the love." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to MTV," because I was hosting TRL, doing all that stuff. So I went to them, and they didn't understand it at first. They was like, "You want to do what?"
Right.
And I was like, "Nah, we got this comedy club, and we do this." And it was like they didn't really understand it. So I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll rent the comedy club on myself." Got some cameras together. Called everybody to the club, and we shot that shit, and therefore I own the IP since the day one.
So you bankrolled the demo.
Yep.
Shot the demo yourself.
Facts.
And then shopped it around.
And then now I had all of the equity and the negotiating power.
Because so for people who don't know, I think a lot of people are a little bit more familiar with like record deals.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to get a TV show deal, usually a production company comes in with the money to pay for the pilot, and that's their excuse to take ownership.
Exactly.
But if you handle that yourself,
Then
now you
now
come to
I
the
own
table.
it.
I already got this handled.
Yeah.
You want it or not?
Yeah. And then everything from the Wildin' Out logo to all this was all owned by me.
Was it a scary situation where they tried getting you up out of here and it felt like they took you off TV?
They try to cancel me like at least once a year.
Well, I mean, no, I know, but there was the time, I think it was a couple years ago when you had that interview. I forget. I don't even want to get into the specifics.
But that's, I mean,
but it was a learning moment that you went through with everybody.
100%. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. Like moments like that either show your toughness or show how quickly you can fold. So, you know, I think Martin Luther King said it best. He's like the true test of a man's character isn't in times of comfort, but in times of controversy. Mm-hmm. So that just shows you how solid I was to every community, to where most people instantly or they waver. And where like I leaned into it and then began to understand and really focus not only on my business and saw who was riding with me and who wasn't, but then at the same time, any wrongdoings that I made, I corrected, as every man should.
And I think we need to be more. I mean, it's kind of crazy because we don't give a lot of people that opportunity anymore.
Yeah, and I got another show that I'm creating right now that I already created, that we already shot, that'll be debuting pretty soon. But literally deals with that. I mean, I coined the frame council culture. It's not about cancel culture. It's council culture. Don't cancel one another. Counsel one another. To take
like
your brother and show him how to shake it up and how to really get it right and give him an opportunity. None of us are greater than God, and so we should allow him to be the one to judge.
Yeah, I feel like in a time where like we're so at least perceived, I think we have a lot more in common than people would like to talk about.
Yeah, they always say there's more similarities than
there's
differences.
Like these small things that people are far apart on, but everything else, they everyone loves their family. Everyone wants to be safe. Everyone wants to be prosper. But if you don't agree on this or this, it's like you got to hate the other person. And I think
and that's, I mean, a Buddhist mentality is we are one without none and none without one. So in that idea of like we need each other to operate, and if we keep allowing the powers that be to split us up,
it really feels like it's some powers that be shit, bro.
Yeah, like, because that's how they control you. They control you, divide and conquer.
That's really
but if
what
we
it
really
is.
understand, like, again, like we got more similarities and differences, and the shit that we bicker about. I mean, that's one of the things that is, I say Wildin' Out is the most progressive show on television, because we can have people from two different walks of life. We can have someone from the Jewish community, someone from the Muslim community, and they go at it and hug it out at the end. We can have a homophobic person and a transgender person go at it and hug it out at the end, but they talk the most shit, say the most stereotypical, offensive stuff. But when you say it's up all the guides of family and comedy and humor, we win. So, but when you allow that stuff to be rooted in hate, and therefore you think you better than somebody else because of your life experience and vice versa, that's where shit goes wrong.
Yeah, I think it's like people will talk people will make mistakes, and I think that's just human nature.
Yeah.
So if someone makes a mistake that's not from a hateful place,
exactly, correct.
Talk to them.
Yeah, that's why they put erasers on pencils.
It's like, yo,
I don't fuck with earthlings.
So the new show that you're working on is called Council Culture.
Yeah, you know, you getting the exclusive here because I actually it wasn't supposed to talk about that yet. But yeah, that's it's something I kind of realized, man, that when I was doing my daytime talk show, I was like, this ain't where the bag is. You know what I mean? All of that Ellen money and Oprah money, they came and scooped all of that up.
Yeah, it's kind of like they kind of got the last of that money.
Yeah. So I went in there. I was like, there's no way this makes sense to make. It takes 16 hours to make 1 hour
and the
content.
bandwidth of doing it every day.
Yeah, like it was trying to do radio, like it was literally draining me. So I had to step away. So I was like, I want to be able to do the same thing, have the same type of impact, but you know, consolidated and do
12
it for
episodes a season or something.
Yeah, but really, what even on a daily perspective, it's like it has to be able to be a part of my lifestyle, opposed to me trying to come here and show up for work. Like I don't work for nobody. So it's like if it feels like I got a job, then I'm out. But the fact that I can actually live my life and document the process and show the process and actually truly help people, and you know, the fact that I go to therapy a few times a week, how can I bring that to the table? The fact that, you know, I have great relationships with the mothers of my children, and knowing how fascinated and intrigued people are by my life, how can I offer that in a way to not only I can be open and honest and control my own narrative, but then at the same time, you know, monetize it.
For you, talk about like you are, listen, 12 children?
Yes.
12 kids. Obviously your first...
And counting, some may say.
And counting?
Nah, I think I'm good with my dirty dozen right now.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever regret not getting Kim Kardashian pregnant?
You try to go viral.
I'm just asking because I look back at your history and I'm like, man, if there was ever anyone that you could have put one up, a bun in the oven, it could have been the billionaire.
You know what? I'll leave that one alone. I'm tired of going viral every week. They already got mad at me about what I said about Taylor Swift and
you did say you
Christina Milian. So I know now he says he's gonna get Kim Kardashian. He regrets.
Because how old was Kim when you dated her?
We were both like in our mid-20s.
Was this post Love Don't Cost a Thing or pre?
Just right after Love Don't Cost a Thing.
Such a classic fucking,
just
like a great movie, man.
Nah, man, it's fun. We're back. I stepped away from I kind of make like one movie a year that I own and control, but I think I'm gonna dive back into movies in a little bit, like probably in the next 5 years, and kind of get back to that space of like making classic content for our community.
Have you thought about like the lack of good comedies anymore?
It's crazy. Like
they're done. I think cancel culture.
Yeah.
Or just oversensitizing.
We lost all our R-rated comedies that made us.
There's no more good comedies.
Yeah, Hangover was the last.
Girls Trip was great. Yeah, there's like since Hangover.
Yeah.
Girls Trip and Bridesmaids are the only two that I can think of.
Yeah, and those are I don't were those, I guess those were those R-rated comedies? Yeah.
But like it's been 12 years since we've gotten like a classic hardcore comedy.
Yeah. Nah, I'm even in the sense of like you said too, just stuff that you know, you can sit around and watch with the family too. Like we don't have none of those like family films. We don't have.
Like,
where are Forrest Gumps? Where, you know, like where's the stuff like that?
Everything's like Marvel or
fucking like Billy Madison or the Waterboy. Like that shit. I remember Waterboy opened at $80 million his first week. You know what I mean? Like
it's kind of crazy because I always think like I'm like someone rich enough. Needs to come along and just be like, fuck it.
You got to focus on it though. That's the thing. That to make a good movie, you gotta focus on that shit. Like one, it takes the money, but then it also you gotta make sure your marketing is together on the post, and even like you can't make a good movie without having a great script. So it's like it's stuff like that you just it's like I've done independent films really well too, but then because you can make the greatest independent film in the world, but if it don't reach the amount of people, then nobody ever really know except for the festivals that gave you know your little laurels and crests. So to do a great classic film, you got to check the boxes from development all the way to it's actually in the theaters. So it takes trust me. People ask me all the time, man, you should do more movies. It's like that's the most time consuming shit out there.
I bet
is to make a good movie.
A good movie. You could put some hood classic Tubi shit out.
Yeah. Shouts out to Tubi. I fuck with them heavy, but
Tubi's running it up.
Yeah. But if you want to make some classic shit, if you want to make Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Drumline, Love Don't Cost a Thing. I mean, like, I think, you know, probably for the culture that they did it the right way. I love what Mike B is doing from, you know, I feel like Creed will go down as classics. I feel like Black Panther will go down as classics. But anything else for the culture ain't resonated except for like those
Jordan,
two.
I mean, obviously Jordan Peele's putting out some crazy
but would you
horror movie?
Yeah, are we gonna be talking about those? I'm just a question. Like, I think Get Out, absolutely.
Get Out for sure.
Get Out.
I'm not sure Us or what's the last one?
The other one.
Fuck, it just came out.
Yeah, see that? I mean,
yeah, see? There you go.
Like, but no offense, but I'm like, because you only can, and what time will tell as well. You know what I mean? Like people didn't really start fucking with Love Don't Cost a Thing heavy until back then. It was out on home video. Right. You know what I mean? It did decent in the theaters, but then once it was constantly playing at your auntie and your mama's house all the time, then it became a classic. So, you know, maybe these films that we're talking about today, but I'm saying the ones that feel like, you know what we talk about? We talk about Love Jones. We talk about Do the Right Thing.
The Wood.
We talk about The Wood, Boys in the Hood.
There's none of that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Or people try, but they come short every time. Like, I've come short, you know, but it's like, damn, you know why? Because the studio didn't. Like, I made a film called that everybody, it's a hood classic, like School Dance, but everybody was talking
is that the one James is in? James Jefferson Jr.?
Yeah. But everybody was talking, like, when we was making it, they was like, oh, this is like the next Friday. Because
Pete Davidson's in it?
Yeah, Pete Davidson, Tiffany Haddish, Cat Williams, George Lopez, Mike Epps, Kevin Hart, Lil Duval, like Lunel. We had everybody in this motherfucker, and it's hilarious if you watch it. But because Lionsgate didn't market it correctly, and they didn't really know what they had, they just threw that shit out there. So it's like, you got it. When I say from the script to the time, like, it's fucking in the theaters and like the marketing, all of that, everything got to be pristine.
Well, would you ever try to develop like a scripted like drama or comedy or something like that?
We got some shit. We got some shit coming. Like, I got a pretty like I said, I got deals at all of these different networks.
Because instead of like, I do feel like we don't get it in movies anymore, but we do get it in shows.
Yeah, we do. And that's
Snowfall's fire.
Yeah.
There's some great comedy shows.
Yeah.
Like,
so I got we've been developing for a while, and I just, you know, I like making more moves and less announcements, but I can tell you about the shit that we've been cooking up and spending money on is me, E40, and Too Short got the Yay Area project.
Is that the one Simba's in?
No, not that one. That one's fire. Like, that one's
Simba's playing Too Short in.
I heard about. No, I'm talking about, this is like a series that the three of us are producing.
Ooh.
That's gonna be like the same way that you see the BMFs, the Powers, the
So you
Wires.
guys have a home for it yet, or are you just trying to put it together and then shop it?
Yeah, some things I can't talk about right now, but
I heard 50 Cent's leaving Stars. They could use you, Nick.
Hey, that's good business over there. But I mean, like, I do have a few deals set up around town that allow me to do scripted things, so we excited about it.
I do feel like what I appreciated about your YouTube show, it was Cannon's Class, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you were doing like a lot of dope, like necessary interviews, conversations, and they've kind of gone away.
Well, yeah, see, we launching Cannon's Class again. I actually kind of never went away, but now even on a bigger level again, because now I was doing that before podcasting was the thing to do, and it was really part of my college curriculum at Howard University.
No, I just love the YouTube channel. Like,
yeah,
I remember when you had Wack and Big U on. Like, you had some dope episodes.
We back on that too. We definitely, and you'll start seeing that stuff roll back out. It was just I had to get everything aligned because I do have so many shows that I wanted people to recognize and respect where the content was coming from.
Okay. Your schedule on December 25th every year. What are we doing?
I'm Saint Nick, baby.
Are we bringing everyone to the same crib?
I was saying this. I think that only benefits me. You know what I mean? Because then everybody has to come to me. And I think that's pretty selfish.
You got 12 kids. Yeah. You got 24 hours in a day on Christmas.
Yeah.
Does the half Latino ones get Christmas Eve? Because that's their day?
Well, you know what? To your point, you joking. That's the truth.
Because Abby and her kids probably
they celebrate Christmas on the 24th.
Yeah.
You see, you know how this works. Like
some tamales.
Yeah, exactly. No, to be honest though, it is really about. I mean, it just happened even again with Easter. It's like, you know, you don't necessarily have to operate based off of the social construct that everybody else is subscribed to. So we make sure that we celebrate Christmas however long we want to celebrate Christmas.
So it
for.
could be the 27th.
I mean, not that late, but I mean, like it's enough.
It could be the 22nd.
Yeah, you know, so they always wonder how Santa Claus can deliver all those presents and still get home to Mrs. Claus by the morning. So we move around, and I'm festive like that. As much as holidays, the pagan holidays don't matter to me, I love what it does for children. So I'm always dressing up. And it ain't Christmas Day, it's Christmas week. You know, in my house.
It's a week. Yeah, it has to be a week.
Yeah, like we throwing Easter egg hunts all week long when it's Easter time.
Do all the moms and kids live in Cali besides Mariah?
She lives in Cali too when she wants to.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she's obviously,
she
the
she
most
got property everywhere.
Successful singer ever. So she can live
but that's usually it is, we got houses on the East Coast and the West Coast. So everybody's
the newer children are all in Cali?
Currently. Yeah. I told you I got Calabasas on lock.
You just Calabasas.
Yeah, it's Calabasas.
Everyone's over there.
Everybody's over there.
That Ralph's got it. The moms got to be running into each other at Ralph's and shit.
We lit. We tear the commons up.
What up, y'all? We got to stop the interview to tell you about our folks at MyBookie. Look, baseball season, it is back in full swing, and MyBookie, your one-stop shop for everything you need to get money off of your favorite baseball teams, your favorite baseball players, all the betting needs, they got you, man. So many different options, including money lines, the run lines, totals, futures, all of it. MyBookie gives you plenty of ways to bet on your favorite teams and players and get some of that money. You can also take advantage of the brand new MyBookie Money Bag. It gives you the chance to secure a bet on your favorite team or player at crazy boosted odds. What you got to do right now, sign up at MyBookie, use the promo code BOOTLEG to secure a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Now, how that works is if you deposit $200, you get to play with $300 instantly. That's what we're doing, all right? All you got to do is use that promo code BOOTLEG to claim your bonus ASAP. So look, if you're a baseball fan, there's so much excitement when it comes to betting baseball. I would say baseball is one of the funnest and easiest sports to gamble on if you really know what the fuck you're doing. Plus, we got the NBA playoffs coming. So much happening with the playoffs. We got the play-in tournament. We got the, let's see. I love the series, the Cavaliers versus Nets. Knicks, because the Nets are not playing the Cavaliers. The Knicks are. Wrong New York team. Suns versus Clippers. Fucking hammer the Suns. Minus 200 to beat the Clippers. It's going to happen, all right? So look, go to MyBookie right now. Sign up with that promo code BOOTLEG and get that first deposit bonus, ladies and gentlemen. It's so easy. I promise you, MyBookie's got it covered for you. Baseball, of course, basketball, NBA playoffs, futures. They got the casino popping. They got blackjack. They got roulette. They got it all. MyBookie.ag, promo code BOOTLEGKEV, promo code BOOTLEG. Actually, go sign up. You'll see it. It's right there. And we got to give a big shout out to the good folks at Blue Chew. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting a little hot outside. That's right. It's getting super hot. It is getting hot. Finally. I'm tired of this fucking cold-ass weather. You know what that means? It's fucking season, baby. That's right. If you are, maybe dealing with a little erectile dysfunction, it happens to the best of us. You don't have to be an old guy to get ED. You might just have we don't even say what you might have. But maybe you're dealing with stress at work. Maybe you're dealing with stress at home and you're not performing up to par. Maybe your penis could be a little bit more harder. Let's be honest. That's really what we're talking about here, right? Go to BlueChew.com right now and use the promo code BOOTLEG and you can get a month's supply for free. That's right. A month's supply for free at BlueChew.com. Now, a lot of people are asking, what is Blue Chew? How does it work? Does it work? One, of course it works. Two, how does it work? It has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but it's in a blue chewable tablet. Yes, it's a chewable. All right? And the best part about it, you don't even have to go to the doctor's office to get it. It's all online. You don't have to have any sort of embarrassing conversations with people in regards to, your junk not working the way you want it to work or whatever the fuck. All you got to do is go online to BlueChew.com, and they're going to get you situated with your first month for free as long as you use that promo code BOOTLEG. Free month supply of Blue Chew. Use the promo code BOOTLEG. It gets delivered straight to your door. Discreet packaging. Plus, they got the new mint flavor, which is the same exact active ingredient as Levitra. So many ways you can Blue Chew, man. I'll tell you this, though. It's about to get hot as fuck outside. You're about to hit that spring break. You want to make sure you're equipped. You know what I mean? BlueChew.com, promo code BOOTLEG. Get a free month on me. All you do is pay $5 in shipping. What's up, y'all? Bootleg Kev here. Got to tell you about our homies who are our new sponsor at the podcast. And it's so dope that we got to work with them because I've been using their product for so long. I'm talking about the homies at King Palm, baby. That's right. Shout out to King Palm. If y'all don't know, all natural, tobacco-free, no additive leaf wraps. All right? They're literal leaves. All right? And when I tell you they're the best, they're the industry leader when it comes to the tobacco-free natural leaf wrap situation. And my shit is this. They got these amazing wraps that come with these flavor-infused terpene tips. And these ones right here, the Red Rains, are a movie. Shout out to the Red Rains because the dope thing about these is they taste like a goddamn energy drink when you squeeze the tip, all right? There's so much you can get when it comes to King Palm, so many dope products. Of course, their staple product is that empty leaf tube with the pre-installed filter tip. No need to lick or roll it. All you do is just pack it with what you want, some of them legal herbs, and get it in, all right? And check this out. Right now, you can go to the website, kingpalm.com, use the promo code BOOTLEGKEV for 50% off. So much. We're talking about rollable wraps, hemp cones, and all the essential smoking accessories you will ever need for the smoothest smoke. Easy to use. Go order them right now, kingpalm.com with that promo code BOOTLEGKEV, or go to your local smoke shop, even that 7-Eleven that's on the block. They're going to have the King Palm. They are the pioneer of the natural leaf wrap, and they're getting you hooked up right now at kingpalm.com. Promo code BOOTLEGKEV. Half off, all right? Shout out to King Palm. The watermelons are fire, too. I'm going to go with the watermelon and the energy drink, the Red Rain, gas, or you can just go with just the normal boys. You know what I mean? Man, who would like to smoke just straight natural, organic? Don't panic. It's organic, man. Free of tobacco and additives. Go fuck with King Palm using that promo code BOOTLEGKEV at kingpalm.com. Let's get back to the interview. Are your kids' moms friends at all?
I never like to generalize because
are they at least cordial, friendly?
Yeah, like they don't like the ones who like they. I leave that up to them and the narratives in which they share. Everybody is like nurturing and loving and respectful enough that they understand what's going on. So nobody got any problems or any negativity. Like we fly on a higher frequency than that. So like, but I ain't, don't expect everybody to be hanging out together. But it's like it's a respect
listen,
thing.
I'm just trying to figure because I've seen a lot of these cult Netflix documentaries recently.
The Cannon cult
is the Cannon cult a thing?
You must wear a turban and be in the house
wears a
by
turban,
7 p.m.
and you must have at least one baby
to operate against the circadian clock. Nah, man. I think it's just. I mean, obviously, I'm probably just more open and honest about my.
You
scenario.
are very, very transparent about.
I think
being a
look at everybody from the Bob Marleys to the Muhammad Ali's to the Quincy Joneses of the world. All of these great men are fathers of many.
You're right, but I do think what you did was. You did it all at once.
Hey, man, the clock is ticking.
It felt like it was so crazy because, like, we do a nationally syndicated radio show every day, and I couldn't talk about you on the show because our biggest affiliate was Real 92.3 here on Power 106. And
did they literally tell you don't talk about
I just shout out to Doc. I ain't fucking with Doc.
Which is my man.
Of course he is. But
our kids was playing together when we was competition.
So, it would be crazy because me and James would be like, fuck, Nick's having fuck, we can't talk about it. It just felt like every 6 weeks there was just a new.
I think it's
because all the kids are going to be pretty similar
close
in age.
So this is going to be an interesting upbringing. I mean, I'm pretty sure there will be some challenges, but I think there'll be some beautiful things that come out of that.
Like high school graduation, put them all in the same school?
I'm hoping. I mean, in the same area, it all depends. You know what I mean? But, even some of my kids right now are homeschooled. So it's like, we'll figure all of that stuff. What will school be in 10 years, if you want to be honest with it, based off of the way the world is going. So I think, a lot of my kids right now are active in extracurricular activities and sports and stuff. So that probably might become challenging where, there's definitely going to be similar games on certain days. I mean, even now, baseball, basketball, and track overlap. You know what I mean? So even sometimes they can't even make it to their own games. So it's like it's always going to be something.
You've only been married once. It was to Mariah, right?
Yeah. And only will be married once. It's only going to happen once.
So when all this starts first happening, right?
Yeah.
Does Mariah call you and be like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Not really. We have that type of conversation, but she's a little bit more understanding. She's kind of be like, I see you out there making waves. Like, she kind of comes from it more from that perspective. But there was no, I think only sometimes maybe when things in the media get misconstrued or people make up stuff.
Like, you got to clear it up. Like,
yeah, we talk
headline.
every day. So we're like, yo, like it was some wild shit of like saying that we were having like a custody battle or something.
I saw that, yeah.
And it was like, I was like, we just was at dinner yesterday. Is this something you ain't tell me? You know, but it's like once we kind of do away with all the rumors, because people do like to start rumors and operate in that low frequency, but we all be on the same page.
Do you still have the tattoo? Did you cover it up?
I added to it, shall we say, Kat. That was my only tattoo at one time. Now my whole back is tatted.
I remember, yeah. I was like, this guy's outside.
Yeah.
He got the whole
It was Mariah Carey. You damn right. I can't buy her nothing that she can't buy herself.
Mariah Carey was as a small child, she was like my first crush.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I was like, shout out to Nick, man. It was Mariah and J-Lo.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, my boy ended up being with J-Lo, Casper Smart.
See, look at these young tycoons out here in these streets.
Getting it together, man. I want to talk about, because I don't feel like you get enough credit in terms of your ear for talent on the music side. A girl like Kehlani, somebody who was signed with you initially. Her was signed when she was 11 to you, to Incredible.
Yeah.
You have like
and now she winning Oscars and Grammys and stuff. Shouts out to young Gabby out there.
Yeah, how, like, for you, like, why do you think you get enough credit, man, when it comes to the music shit? Because I feel like people obviously, listen, you've put out some dope records, but I also feel like people don't really take you serious as an artist.
I never tried to push it.
Well, also because I feel like we just see you as
doing so many other things.
Yeah,
and like I came up in a time where you couldn't do more than one thing.
Right.
So I had to pick and choose. So I chose, you know, comedy and
man, you fucking had Gigolo, bro.
Movies and shit. But so you couldn't do both when I was young.
Right.
But what's dope is that I was a DJ and a producer, like all through high school. So I never wanted to be in front of the camera. So throughout my career, I've written and produced records that I got platinum records all day long, but it's just like I never was like, this is me, look at and pay attention to me. Even when it came to the artistry stuff, I never was really on that. So what I've done now, just because obviously the spotlight is hot, I created a new show for BET called Future Superstars, and it's a tour as well. So
I saw you just were on tour with Simba, 24 Karat
all of them. So so the fact that now the television show will show that journey. They will show, you know, me as a music man and show me in the space of talent discovery or show me as a producer and all of that type of stuff. So I'm excited about that wave of my career because I haven't talked about it. It has been the afterthought a lot of times, even though I've been doing, you know, I make all the music on Wild 'N Out. You know what I mean? Like I'm a musician's musician. So that's where, like, the fact that, you know, I could play drums, piano, guitar, all of that stuff. I've never really been like, oh, well, look how well I rhyme these words together. Shouts out to everybody who does that, but that was never like my main focus because I was more about creating movements and creating opportunities. So I'm glad now that I get the opportunity to kind of take that side of my career seriously.
When you have like someone like her, you sign her as a kid. Or Kehlani, was she signed to you before she was 18?
Yeah. She was right before she finished high school.
What was the name of the group that went on tour with Tech Nine?
Psych Ward Druggies.
The kid passed away who was in the group, right?
Ryan Bowers, rest his soul, man. That was my man, super talented.
But do you like you let them out of their deals? Did the deals run their course?
I'm not even one of them dudes. I'm like everybody else around me wants me to be one of those dudes. Like, take the credit, sign them, and put your logo on it. I'm like, look, give me the credit when you want to give me the credit.
Right.
Like, other than that, it's cool. Like, I'm a handshake type of person. I don't want nothing from you except to see you win. So that's a rare thing in this game. But it's like, I always tell artists that I rock with, look, I'm gonna be rich whether you make it or not. So I don't need, like, those ideas is like, I don't need anything from you. Like, I'm
I just
cool.
want to help you out.
So all I want to let me help you. I'll give you advice and see how you run. But, you know, obviously a lot of people think that, you know, I should I should be taking percentages and doing all of that. So usually I only ask for, ask back for the money that I put in if you're stable enough to do that. But I don't even ask. I mean, these major labels still owe me checks for, the artists that I kindly just gave them. So, but I did that because I wanted to see those artists win and didn't want them to get into a deal in debt. So I can always step away. But, those big record execs, you know who you owe.
They owe you some money?
Absolutely. Yes.
For her and Kehlani?
I mean, if they look up the paperwork, but I mean, I'm good with all of those people just based off of but I definitely, like I said, I never wanted anything from them.
Right.
Like I always wanted them to succeed, and even the arrangements that we made with various management and various record labels, I was like, yo, I'll step back now that I know they're in good hands. I'm off to the next thing because I really don't want anything from anybody. But when those major systems who make hundreds of millions of dollars off of these artists, like
let me get my investment back.
Yeah. At least give me the money that I spent to bring them to you. So but again, that's small paper. I ain't really counting.
Was there anyone who you almost signed that it got right to the finish line, but for whatever reason,
there's a couple of people like Becky G. I remember Becky G early on. She was like a little 14-year-old girl rapping.
Yeah.
So many people. I mean, because I used to run Teen Island at Def Jam. L.A. Reid put me in charge of all of the teen acts.
Right.
And obviously it was a cool roster. It was a group I created called the Schoolgirls. This artist named Aaron Fresh who was super dope. And we had a arsenal of artists, and I was putting them all in. Gabby was a part of that as well. We put them all in these Nickelodeon movies that we were making. And the star at the time, the one that obviously the biggest act on Teen Island, he just was bubbling off the internet, was this young kid named Justin Bieber, who the rest is history. Really, the whole Teen Island budget just folded and went into Bieber's career, and it's the Justin Bieber that we know to this day.
So was that prior to him linking with Usher?
It was during the same time.
Same time.
That's what, like, it was, like I said, Tina. He got the deal in the building, but as you know,
they upstreamed him quick.
Yeah. So like, I think the Nickelodeon movie that we put on was Justin's first thing ever on television. So and the first movie and stuff that he had ever did, because before then he was just this dope little kid from YouTube that they were about to put out a record and all that. And so I was like, yo, he about to go. And then he went. He went.
Yeah. Can you give, for people who are watching this who want to get involved in making original content, or maybe they want to try to figure out how to get an idea they have for a TV show going or something like that, but maybe they might not necessarily have the relationships, the resources, whatever it is, what would be some advice you would give them?
Don't stop. I mean, to think about, like, everybody can do all of this literally from their phone. That's even one of the reasons why I'm excited about launching a daily canon, because it's like, it's literally from your phone if need be. Like, the fact you can make millions of dollars from your phone, so there's no more excuses. Back in the day, I used to have to shoot pilots and rent cameras and all of that stuff to just to get my ideas out. Now you can do the same level of content from your phone. Like if you listen to DC Young Fly's story, man, he was talking about he didn't even have a phone. He had to steal somebody's phone to make the content to, now dude's a millionaire and a household name. So it's like, there are no excuses. You could do it from the trap. You could do it from your projects. You could do it.
The homie Wattomi Kwan, he's like, dude, I do everything on my phone. Everything you see is edited on my iPhone. Yep. These are the 2 apps I use. There's no excuse.
Shout out to Wattomi Kwan. That was somebody, I saw his movement and we gave him an opportunity on Wildin' Out. So it's like, there's no excuses out there.
Talk about the new radio show.
Daily Canon, man. It's a new platform.
It's on AMP?
Yeah. So,
which is owned by Amazon?
It's owned by Amazon. So we over there cooking. But it's like, it's beauty. It's reinventing radio and kind of bringing social media and podcasting all into the same form. So it's dope, because in the same way, like I remember when Twitter first popped off. I remember when TikTok was Musically, I was in there, and like I feel like the same buzz is going on now with these ideas of like community. And we've seen it pop with Clubhouse, but I feel like AMP is even taking it to another level because now you're allowed to have your own show and your own content and your own brand.
Right.
And they're empowering you like through the system of Amazon. So, you know, it's no more talking at people, it's talking with people. So everybody can have a show, everybody can have listeners. So that's how we rocking, you know, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
So you're doing that Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 live?
Live.
What the fuck? And this is with Abby.
Yeah, she's gonna be on there too. So
shout out to Abby.
DJ Abby De La Rosa.
She playing music?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's playing music, you're hosting.
Yeah. So and she's part of the show too, but
you gotta have her talk with that raspy voice.
Yeah. Nah, she's but she runs she's the musical director as well. So she's getting it in.
Yeah, shout out to Abby. For people who don't know, you're two of your kids?
Three of my kids.
Three. Oh, she had twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, she been on radio for a long time.
Yeah,
started with Young California.
She was a star before the canon.
Yeah, it's not like you were like, yo, let me put my baby mama on.
Yeah. Nah, she's a master in this space. If anything, I need her more than she needs me in this space.
So that's 6 to 9, Wildin' Out. Then the new show with Kevin Hart, where you're pretty much, it's kind of like filling a space that has been vacated for a very long time. Because back in the day, we had Punk'd.
Yeah, before that, Candid Camera. Celebrity bloopers and practical jokes and all that stuff, but now we just did it. You know, everybody knows me and Kevin. Like, ever since we got money, we started playing pranks on each other,
right?
And you know that's what rich friends do to each other. So we wanted to be like, yo, we should turn this into a TV show and let the world in on it because I mean we were doing it through social media already, but now it's a #1 show on E.
Yo, you mentioned you being rich. You have all the money. You don't leave no money for nobody else.
I mean, now I'm at the stage of my life where I'm trying to get everybody else. It's lonely at the top, baby. Like I want my friends to be rich too, so that's always been the concept. Yeah. So now I'm at the stage. I don't care about making money no more.
Listen, I want some financial
friends and family
literacy advice from Nick Cannon.
Yes,
give me a few gems. Listen,
have lots of babies. And instead of giving them the money, create trust in their name. So by the time they're 18 years old, they're CEOs of their own company, and it could be whatever the company they want to be, and you finance it. So now you birthed a business.
And also, isn't there some sort of like account that you can put a certain amount of money in for each kid? That's
Coogan account.
It's a tax write-off every year?
Well, don't fuck with the IRS. We ain't trying to get no tax write-offs. I give all my money to where it's supposed to be.
You pay taxes?
Yeah, absolutely. But
you're too rich to be paying taxes.
No, but see what it is, you got to understand, you got to have your tax money make money. But we'll get into that in another conversation. But I give the government everything they ask for.
Your tax money make money?
Yes.
So
you again, I give the government everything they ask for.
I'm just really,
I get audited like
Nick. I'm starting to do pretty good right now. So I'm really just need some advice not to pay this fucking.
I mean, honestly, that's don't ever play with the IRS.
Oh, I'm not trying to. I'm just looking for the rich guy loopholes.
Fuck that.
Okay,
because that's where they go. You see the biggest gangsters in the world. What they in prison for?
Tax evasion.
Exactly. So
shit. Shout out to Wesley Snipes.
Do not play give them the money that they ask for, but learn how to get your money and operate and give them everything that they need. But there's ways to actually, if you're a wise businessman, if you got good business managers.
There's stuff in the tax code you could take advantage of.
Yeah, but see, I make, and not to get into it, I make so much money that all of that concept of or tax write-offs, that's only for when you're in a certain level. When you make more, when you pay more in taxes than most people make in a lifetime.
You always hear how Jeff Bezos doesn't pay taxes.
But that's that's not what what they're saying is there's infrastructure set up. I'll give you a perfect example. And this is probably gonna get a little too deep, but when you get into the world of lobbyists and the world of even nonprofits in that sense, to where there's levels you can give an abundant amount of money to things that you really care about.
And that's you'd rather do that than give it to the IRS.
Yeah, or you still,
and that's legal.
Yeah, it's you can have charitable or philanthropic efforts where you can give hundreds of millions of dollars away to education, to child care, to
and you would rather do that than give it to the government.
And you're saying
that's not illegal.
You're saying, hey, government, let me do what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's almost like you would rather spend your tax money on stuff that you care about.
Exactly.
So what lobbyists is Nick Cannon paying? What are we lobbying for, Nick?
Well, that's where,
I feel like nobody knows where you are on the political spectrum.
And that's how it should be.
You are fucking apolitical.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
You're Nick Cannon. You're like an enigma, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I'll let them live how they want to live.
Yo, did you ever regret bringing all the Wild 'N Out boys into your beef with Eminem?
No, I thought that was amazing.
You dragged all these guys, and now all these toxic Mountain Dew drinking, cargo short wearing
But
Eminem fans.
Hey, your attention is my currency, baby. Keep it going. All of those guys are a lot more popular now than they were before they started. And that was all the media. That was just trying to get people to watch Wild 'N Out.
You shot a music video for that.
Oh, we shot several. We had Kevin. We were on the set of Wild 'N Out. But the logos was all in the back.
Do you think MGK beat Eminem in their battle?
It depends on beat.
I think he won.
Yeah, I think I won.
I don't agree with. I don't. I don't agree.
If somebody picks a fight but doesn't show up to the fight,
I don't think he won.
Oh, so who won? How did he win?
By not responding.
He did respond. First of all, I responded to him. He started talking shit first. He was on Fat Joe's record talking.
How many years ago was that?
See, but that's the thing. Everybody thinks I love Eminem.
Okay.
He started fucking with me and then ran off like a little bitch. Like, that ain't my fault.
So you think because Eminem didn't reply to your records?
He did not. No, he started making records about me.
What was the line he said on the Fat Joe record?
He did, like, I don't know, something like a lot of shit. And I was like, I went on. I was like, why are you fucking with me? Like,
and
leave me alone.
I know, like, for a
while. It was some shit he'd say he was gonna cut my dick off or some weird shit like that. Like, and I was like, huh? Like, that was years ago.
So then you reply.
So I was like, oh, well, let's have some fun. Right. And I had a great fucking time. Got Suge on the record. It was lit.
How the fuck you get Suge Knight on a song?
I'm naked.
Was this from jail?
He wasn't free when he made the record.
Just called in like fucking back in the day when who was that rapper from Sacramento? X-Rated. You remember X-Rated?
Nah, but I think it was all for sport. I mean, I love him. Even.
So you think you won the battle?
Absolutely. Like, if we're talking for the sport, he didn't respond.
I don't think he needed to.
He started it. See, you one of the Mountain Dew motherfuckers on Twitter. I'm not. Eminem's the greatest.
Hey,
fuck
look,
you.
While I'm sitting here drinking a fucking energy drink.
You are one of those guys. First of all, I would love it if, he responded with a tweet and all, like, because then that became the narrative. Because if you remember how the narrative, I smashed him over the head. People were like, oh shit, this shit is hot. Then I got to look. No, absolutely. Okay. I smashed him over the head. Then I came again and they were like, that's when I brought, the Black Squad and all the battle rappers. And they were like, this is a little too much. They're beating. No, you guys are bullying him. That was the thing.
I don't think you can bully him.
And then when I did, no, that's what they said. They said we were bullying him. It was like, it's 3-on-1. You had to go get battle rappers.
That's what I said.
Yeah. See? Then the third time I started bringing race into it. Now that's where I went too far. I should have never brought. Then it just looked like I did too much. I should have stopped at the second record.
You should have put Benzino on a song too.
That was next.
Everlast. Just pulled all his fucking.
But we all know Eminem is the GOAT, and like
he's one of them.
Yeah, he can. He's definitely top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
But I think Drake is coming for a spot though. Like that's. There's
an argument you made Drake
because it's all about numbers.
Drake might have passed Eminem.
So then M might not have that 5th spot.
Eminem's a better rapper though.
What is your definition of better? Eminem is a better
wordsmith, lyricist.
He's better. Oh, I don't know about lyricist.
Well, we've
definitely
we've heard
flower and storyteller.
We have heard Drake reference tracks.
But see, I don't want to get into that because Drake is a better song maker than the majority of the industry.
1,000,000% Drake will wipe his ass with Eminem as a song maker.
But if we're talking about bar for bar, punchline and lyricism, I'm gonna go with Drake.
Wordplay,
even because wordplay is difficult because wordplay has to do with flow, and Eminem is the king of flow.
You think Drake bar for bar is better than Eminem?
Yeah. Well, see that
is this strictly because
if you're because like Eminem's a great storyteller. Might be one of my favorite storytellers in hip hop, and I got him, Cube, Biggie, Slick Rick, storytelling, and that to me is probably the most difficult part of hip hop.
For sure.
Pac as well. Yeah. Brenda's Got a Baby, Keep Your Head, all of that. Yeah. Hov is a great storyteller.
So Jay-Z has a song called Meet the Parents. It's on the Blueprint 2. It's one of the best storyteller records ever.
Oh, no. Just Streets is watching it, and it's that whole project. But if we're going the guys who can tell a fucking story, Eminem is probably number 1 because ain't nobody topping Stan. Right. Ain't nobody topping Lose
Nas,
Yourself.
Rewind.
he's good, but he's not consistent with his story.
It's not like
consistent with lyricism.
Nah, but Nas did a whole story backwards.
I mean, Nas did a whole record as a bullet. Like he did.
He did.
Creativity is out of here. But if we're talking storytellers, Eminem is a better storyteller than Drake. But if we're going, ooh, that bar for bar, Eminem's never said nothing bar-wise that blew my mind. What has he said?
Hey, listen, I'm just letting you talk.
Mom spaghetti, spaghetti.
Spoken from a man who lost a battle to
I didn't
Eminem.
lose. Fuck you, Kev. I did not lose, and that's like
you might not have lost, but you didn't win.
Yeah, well, I showed up to the fight, motherfucker.
You did show up.
Like, but and that's like, I was just in Detroit last week with my man Royce, so it's off.
No, I mean, listen, that's great.
But I think if we're talking about the sport of it, like to me, hip hop is wrestling. Anyway.
I think MGK won his battle because I think the fact we even questioned it means he won.
I
think he had a better song.
Yes.
And I think like he was actually saying shit that people were like kind of thinking like, yeah, this guy just wears fucking stupid sweatpants all the time. And like he's been wearing the same Jordan jumpsuit for 25 years.
But I think MGK made the same mistake that I made, that we were probably a little too excited and too overzealous that we got to battle with the GOAT.
Leaned into it a little bit.
Yeah, that we got to get in the ring with one of the best to ever do it.
Right.
I ain't gonna front, I was excited. Oh shit, he's paying attention. Let's go. Yeah. We gonna get so many wilding out, like, cause the whole goal was to get attention.
Right.
I mean, that's why everyone's on social media. Don't get it fucked up. You all sold your souls.
Like, we're all content creators. If you got a fucking Instagram account, you're a content creator.
In there. You done sold your soul to the devil of Instagram. Right. But so we were, and the real goal, I mean, it was conversations that were being had behind the scenes. It's like we was trying to get them at least to even just just to step foot on Wild.
Just a little.
Send one of your minions.
Send Royce.
No, but that's first of all, Royce is a GOAT by himself.
One of the greatest lyricists. Yeah, hey, there's an argument to be made. Lyrically, Royce is
just as good as Eminem.
I'm just saying.
If not better. Damn it, I said it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure M would say the same thing. That's the reason why he invested in him and made him his partner and put his arm around him. But it's just, it is what it is. Like, dude, we know what it is. We know these marketing machines are massive.
Yo, you're kind of like Switzerland in so many ways. I feel like you're cool with so many people. Have you tried to ever like bring people together that are having disagreements?
Yeah, all the time. But the best in the game to do that is Fat Joe. Fat Joe's the one that got me and M to I mean, it wasn't beefing, but Fat Joe was like, because one, it started over his record, and then he was like, man, come on, y'all.
Was that on the Lean Back remix?
No, it wasn't that long ago. It was.
I'm like, what was the name of that?
It was Joe's last album.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Eminem has a song on. Bro,
that's what started all this shit. I was on the station at Power, and people were like, you heard Eminem dissing? I was like, you mean 20 years ago? They're like, no, today.
Lord Above. Lord Above? I think I heard it one time.
He brought up all some old shit.
Damn. Eminem can't let go, man.
That's, I won.
Do you think he's just sitting at home watching Wild 'N Out like, fuck this motherfucker? 20 seasons, fuck this guy.
Nah, I think at this point, I think,
because what was it all over Mariah, right?
That's where he started talking shit, and then that's where, again.
I always never knew what the fuck actually, because he would bring up Mariah so much in raps. I was like, that was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, I think it's a little bizarre.
Yeah,
but,
he's a bizarre guy.
Yeah,
shout out to Bizarre from D12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be coming at you. Fuck you, Kev. That's why you're bootleg. They're gonna be giving.
If someone dissed me, that's what they'd say.
That's exactly. That's those guys on Twitter. That's why
you're fucking. I know, dude. I see the comments all the time. Now I know why they call you fucking bootleg Kev.
Because you don't come up with nothing original.
Who you got in a Lotto Nicki battle?
Oh, Nicki, all day.
I gotta ask.
I mean, I love Lotto.
It's about to get stirred up.
That's like.
I feel like it's getting stirred up.
But that's also where if you ask me Kim or Nicki, I'm gonna go Kim.
Really? She didn't write her shit.
Well, yeah, you make a good point.
What are you talking about?
But I'm just saying she's still. Only reason I say I'm talking about the hierarchy. Kim is the king.
I think Nicki's the female GOAT.
She is.
I think
first of all, that's not disrespect Nicki. Nicki is a GOAT, whatever her gender is.
No, for sure.
She is one of the coldest artists in the last decade.
100%.
Like, we can't sleep on her skill, her pen, sonically. She changed the game.
She's washed the GOATs on records.
That's what she exactly when she came with that Monster. Yeah, that was her record.
Yeah,
and that was whole Kanye, Ross. Like, she is whatever, gender aside, sex aside,
Right. She's that bitch.
Dope.
She's that motherfucker.
Only person in that she could, to me, that has the same level of talent and that we should even be comparing her to is Lauren.
I was gonna say Lauren.
Or Missy. Those three. That's the
See, I kind of
Mount Rushmore.
I agree. Missy, to me, probably out of the three we just named, has my favorite music. I just think that like when
over Lauren.
Well, I mean, Lauren only had one album.
Missy got more.
Well, there was the Score and then the Miseducation, but I just feel like Missy had like a 4 or 5 album run that was just like Jesus Christ.
But those are the three.
When she was working with Timbaland. And,
those Missy
and helping write for fucking Genuine and all.
Everybody, Aaliyah, everybody, SWV. Like Missy's
one
still
of them
going.
ones for sure.
But so Missy, Nicki, as well as Lauren.
Who's your overall top 5 all time? In no order. I don't want to make you put.
That's so difficult. I mean, we do this on my show all the time. We break it down in categories. That's why I was talking like storyteller. But if we're just saying
overall,
Pac.
Okay.
There's like just the most influential person in hip hop to ever do it.
Okay.
Then Hove, the best to ever do it. From the authenticity.
I agree.
Just that's like I said, we went from influence. Then we went to. Then it gets tricky because there's so many other people that could check this box.
Right.
But I need like more the effect on the culture with your lyricism. That's when you got to give it to the OGs. So that's where you got to go into spaces like the Rakims, the LLs, the Ice Cubes. Like that's they're equal to me. But if I'm gonna have to go most successful, I'm gonna go Cube.
I was say gotta say Cube.
Yeah. So Cube. So I go Cube as 3, and then that's where we get to that sticky point of.
Well, you already said Eminem's top 5.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying because I'm gonna give you my last 3, and this is 6.
Okay, so give me 6.
So it has to be between Kendrick, Drake, and M.
I love that you put Kendrick in there.
It has to.
I agree with you, man.
But I don't know where those 3 go.
That's fair.
Drake might cancel out M and put him at 6. Kendrick might cancel out Drake and put him at I don't know where those last 3 go. Really, because there's only 2 spots left, and I got 3 people.
I love it's a good 6.
Yeah.
So it's a respectable 6.
Yeah.
Only person missing is Nas, in my opinion. See,
where would he go though?
I would take Cube out. I would.
What Cube is done for the culture though?
I know.
And Cube got bigger records.
And he's got classics.
Cube got way bigger records. If it was
he does
Nas
have bigger
and
records.
Cube did a versus, Cube wins all day long.
I agree.
Like
Cube wins the versus.
Yeah. So and really,
who wins?
I love Nas, but all we talking about is Illmatic.
No,
America's KKK. We got Lethal Injection. We
Godson. Stillmatic.
It
was written
at that level.
It was written.
It was written. It was fire. At that level though.
Okay, what about this? There's this debate: 50 Cent versus Lil Wayne in a versus battle. Who wins?
Wayne all day.
I agree.
Because Wayne got more records.
Yeah.
50 has the biggest song in hip hop history. Let's not get wrong.
Club.
In the Club is the biggest song.
It's either
ever
that or Usher, which is not necessarily hip hop.
I mean,
Ludacris
the 2 biggest.
It's in the Club.
The 2 biggest songs in hip hop history are Rapper's Delight
and In the Club.
And In the Club.
Yeah,
my kids know both of those records.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it's just like that. I feel like 20 years from now, we'll be saying the same thing. The 2 biggest songs in hip hop are Rapper's Delight and In the Club because they're damn near bigger than hip hop.
Hey, we got to stop the interview. Shout out to our great sponsors at Hard Dean Las Vegas. You see them? They gave me this amazing box to keep my things in. What kind of things? Premium things that you can buy at Hard Dean Las Vegas. Yeah. If you're in Vegas, stop off at Hard Dean. Tell them I sent you. They'll take care of you, all right? It's the #1 dispensary I've ever been into. The nicest dispensary in the world. They got their own fucking scent. They got the biggest, craziest selection of premium cannabis you will ever see in your life. You walk in and you feel like they just treat you like family as soon as you walk in, all right? So look, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to HardeenLasVegas.com, check them out, go follow them online, Hardeen_Las Vegas. And when you're in Las Vegas, this is your first stop. You don't go to the fucking casino. You go to fucking Hardeen. Get situated. Say Bootleg Kev sent me. I heard about him on the Bootleg Kev podcast. They're gonna take care of you. They'll throw a little extra on the extra. You know what I mean? Go follow them, Harding_Las Vegas, and of course you can also follow them right now by going to their website. Check out what they got going on, man. They got the gear for sale. They just dropped their own pair of Feelers. HardingLasVegas.com. Got to give a shout out to our OGs, my dogs at Odd Socks, baby. They've been fucking with us from day one. And they've been dropping so many crazy, dope new like socks. You know, first of all, can we talk about Beavis and Butthead? They just dropped the Beavis and Butthead socks and draws. Let's take a check. Just a nice little peek at the Beavis and Butthead drawskis, bruh. Ooh. Come on, man. They also just dropped Coca-Cola. We got Scarface. We got Reese's. We got the big fucking Lebowski. So many dope socks, the most comfortable socks in the world, the most comfortable underwear in the world. And check this out. Right now, you can get 20% off. That's 20% off at checkout at oddsocksofficial.com using the promo code BOOTLEG. So go right now, oddsocksofficial.com. My first suggestion would be get you a pair or a pack of the Odd Socks Basics, the black and the whites. Those are my go-tos. And then you got to fuck with some of these big Lebowski socks. And they just got Coca-Cola. They got the Scarface boys. Like, what are we talking about, man? What are you waiting on? They are the most comfortable socks in the world. So if you're not wearing Odd Socks, you're just cheating yourself. You know what I mean? You're really cheating yourself. They got fucking South Park. Come on, bruh. What are we talking about? Go to oddsocksofficial.com right now. Use the promo code BOOTLEG. Save 20% off at checkout on the most comfortable socks in the world. Or don't and keep torturing yourself with those shitty socks you're wearing right now. Be a damn shame. Anyway, let's get back to the interview. Did you and Little Rob ever link on some like Transformers of SD area, like super, like?
Nah, I mean, Dago's a weird city too because it's a lot of tension,
right?
And you wouldn't think
between
that
the two communities.
Just not, but it's like even I got half of my family is Latino and stuff too. So even it's always been love and respect in that nature. But I think because people don't give San Diego the respect that it deserves, so the culture is constantly trying to prove itself to itself.
Almost like prove itself to LA a little, right?
That's what I'm saying. Even more, they trying to be like, yo, I'm gonna put the city.
I want to be the one to put it on. So it's a lot of people trying to tear each other down. That makes sense. Because I think of SD, I think of you, Mitchie Slick, Jail Felony, and
Rob Stone and
Little Rob.
Yeah.
Jail Felony was from SD. Am I tripping?
Absolutely. Yeah. Bullet Loco.
Shout out to Jail Felony.
Yeah,
man.
that's the home.
There it is, man. Well, look, the show is on
Daily
AMP.
Cannon.
Daily Cannon.
We're gonna be happy because I know this shit going viral. You don't have me say all type of wild shit. You got
the new TV show.
Same level of conversation. We got Prank Wars,
which is on E.
Yeah. Wildin' Out new season is airing. I go against myself in my own time slot.
You're going
Prank Wars and Wildin' Out come on at the same time. E Network and
do they
VH1.
are the same owners for
two different companies.
That's NBC.
How
did they not put that in your contract?
Because I'm me. Fuck about all y'all talking about I'm him. No, I'm me. It's a difference. You can be him. I'm me. There's only one me.
Last one. Who you voting for, Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Donald Trump. Let's go.
You're voting for Trump.
I don't even vote for nothing. I don't believe in this corrupt government system, but I fuck with Trump. I like how Trump tell everybody to kiss his ass.
So you're gonna go with Trump if it's between the old fogey and the old red-haired boy.
Only thing is because Trump, I like my racism served right to my face.
I've heard a lot of people say that.
I don't like people lying to me and then fronting.
It's almost like you'd rather have someone tell you what they're gonna do up front.
I'd rather someone square up than to punch me in the back of my head. Simple as that, because now I got a fair fight.
All right.
But don't act like you fuck with me and then throw some shit at me. like that's so the thing about Trump, I know the field. I know what I'm playing with, but let's keep it all. Like W.E.B. Du Bois said, there's no such thing as two parties. It's one party with two names. One evil party with two names is what W.E.B. Du Bois said.
Hey, you are somebody who could literally be the president of the United States.
Everybody says that. People are saying, I've been trying to fuck up on purpose so they don't.
I'm telling you,
put me in there.
You could be the fucking president, bro.
I don't want to be.
But one day you could be the you could be the
People
governor.
say that all the time.
You could be the governor of California. You could be a senator. You could, bro.
I don't want that job. But people have told me that all my life.
But like,
it's politics.
But if you felt like
you gotta lie to people for a living, I want to be too.
You might be able to like be the guy who doesn't lie to people for.
That. I think that's what Trump tried to do, and everybody turned on him. And now, motherfucker might go to jail.
He might
like that's the thing. Like I did too much dirt to have to like expose.
I mean, but you ain't doing.
I'd rather spend all my money in like on children and other countries and building. Like I can probably do just as much good in the world with just philanthropy and humanitarianism than I could if I because let's think about it. Politics and especially the presidential campaign is all about ego.
Right.
It's not about like
it's about
power
who's the
and
most
ego.
Likable.
But even to the sense like who wants to rule the best.
Right.
I don't want that job. I don't want to be in charge of war.
Facts.
I don't want to be in charge of killing people. Like as much like I love Barack Obama, but I guarantee he's like, yo, if I would have known I had to make some of the decisions I had to make.
I bet you he has a hard time sleeping at night because I mean he was letting them drones fly.
Right?
Shit. Barack had them drones lit.
Even like we ain't gonna talk about some of the shit that happened in Africa. I'm like, whoa. Hold on. But we ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah.
We're going too deep.
Anyway.
But to say I don't want none of them problems. So I'd rather spend all my money, help the world. I'd rather let's
do it in your way.
Let's name some hospitals after me. Let's name some libraries. I'll buy all of that shit. I do not want to be in the game of politics.
Yo, I want to see you go on the Joe Rogan show.
I would love. That's my man. I would love to.
I
haven't done Joe Rogan show, but I mean we know each other.
Make it happen,
man. Yeah,
that'd be legendary.
Joe, fuck with your boy, or have Joe come on my show. I got enough of
Bring the fucking podcast back.
Yeah.
It was so good. Bring the same table back.
All of that's coming.
Bro.
I got you. We on the same page.
Nick Cannon. I appreciate you, brother.
All day.
Yes,
Love.
sir.
Appreciate you.
Fire.
Let's go.